All right, I want you to think back to when you were a 17-year-old kid, about to graduate from high school. The rest of your life is ahead of you. So you think to yourself, and then someone says, hey, I know you should sound American, feel American, and think of yourself as a regular American kid. After you've grown up in the United States, you speak English just like the rest of us. You barely speak Spanish or any other language from where maybe your family came from. But guess what? People are telling you, get out. That is what is happening to thousands of kids in this country, brought here as babies by their parents. And now, part of this new documentary that's called Papers. This is what we've prepared for you today in this segment that we call Conexión.
We got a letter in the mail, just delivered for my mom, brother, and me, just the three of us. It gave us a date that we had to be there, and it also said, we weren't going to be detained or anything. The first thing that came to my mind was, am I going to be able to graduate high school? Because that's always been, my goal. And my parents said not to say anything yet to anybody, that they were going to try to figure out what to do.
And Galisky directed this documentary. It's called Papers. And Walter Lara is part of the documentary. In fact, he's in it. You weren't born in this country, right?
Right.
You were born where?
I was born in Argentina, and I was brought here by my family.
How old were you?
I was 3.
I can understand, can't you, where some people are saying, you know what, we can't just have open borders and have everybody coming across who wants to. But your parents, are they criminals?
My family, they're not criminals.
Good citizens?
Yes.
You went to school here?
Yeah.
Pay their taxes?
Yes.
Not strung out on drugs or alcohol?
Never.
They had a son? You're their son? You've been here your whole life?
Yeah.
And any moment somebody can knock on your door and put handcuffs on you and drag you away from the United States?
Yeah, that was pretty much the case for me. I was about to get deported, and I look back and I don't really know what I did wrong. I was good in school, they teach you in school. Got a 4.7 GPA, did 1,000 hours.
4.7?
Yeah, when you weigh in all the AP classes,
right,
all the honors classes in high school. And, I just wanted to go to college.
Look at the term that was written into the script as I prepared for you. You are an illegal immigrant. Illegal. That's almost a painful word to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, because it sort of seems like I did something wrong. Maybe I'm not documented, but I don't know if I would consider it illegal.
It's kind of a painful, hurtful piece of language.
Absolutely.
To use, isn't it?
What we found in the number of young people who we interviewed for the film, some who made it into the film and some whose stories we gathered, is that it causes depression. That was true across the board. How they deal with that being excluded from society and that depression varied, but they were all of them.
And again, let's make the point that the people that we're talking about are not people who crossed the border or made a decision to cross the border. This is the child of someone who came to the United States many years ago. You could argue that his parents are worthy of being allowed to stay. So if his parents are worthy of being allowed to stay, certainly you could argue that a child like this, a kid who came when he was 3 years old, should be allowed to stay. What would you like to see happen, Walter, as far as immigration in the United States?
Well, I'd like to see at least just a pathway people can take in order to become legalized. All these people have already earned their right to stay here, but they're just not recognized for it. So I would like to
under the Comprehensive Immigration Reform Act, they were going to have to pay a $5,000 fine, prove that they're here, sign the papers that show where they've been and where they've lived, prove that they've never committed a crime, go back to their country, return here, get in a line, and then they would have been eventually given residency status and then citizenship status. That was a pretty high hurdle to climb.
Absolutely.
And yet most people said, nope, sorry, that's still not enough.
And I would think that anyone that wants to stay in this country would do that, I know I would. I would have tried. If I had just a pathway that I could have taken.
No matter what it was.
No matter what it was, I would have gone for it,
No matter where they set the bar, you would have hurdled over it.
Exactly.
There is actually a bill that has been introduced that would specifically address the situation for students like Walter, which is called the DREAM Act, and it's been reintroduced again this year in the House and the Senate, and it has bipartisan support. Even people who can't have sympathy for his parents' generation, you know, at least they can look at, okay, what about the kids?
What about the kids? It'll be interesting to see what happens with the DREAM Act. We'll continue to follow it. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
It's
Appreciate
fabulous.
it.
Same to you, Walter.
Thank you, Rick, for having me.
Good story. Well, the name of the movie, once again, is called Papers. Coming to a place near you.